Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 premium SPG that we know and love as Fifi La Pew Pew. You might know it's a leFH, a leaf blower, or a leHEPA. This one is located on the eastbourne of Berlin, and it's under the command of Wazwulf. Game on! Okay, 105mm light field howitzer, capable of 410 alpha, 53mm pen, which is quite a lot actually, and 1.91 meters burst radius. It's a German Arty, actually built or designed at the end of the First World War, but mounted on a French captured tank, or Butpanzer as they call it. Butpanzer means prize panzer. It was the names that the Germans gave to any vehicles they captured and then used themselves after converting it, normally by putting extra armor or better guns on them. There's quite a few Butpanzers in the game. They recently put in a KV1 as a Butpanzer. They fitted a 75mm gun to it instead of the usual 76 that you find on a Soviet tank. Okay, KV1. Can he get a shot? He's still dialing in. He's trying to get it through the gap there, but unfortunately the KV1's not cooperating. He fires around him a little too late. Easy enough to do. He's actually firing over a fair distance. Not from one end of the map to another though. Looks like he might be able to get a shot past that wall. KV1's trying to side scrape off the wall at the moment. That looks like it damaged the tracks. Okay, I think this bridge is not helping him really. So he's decided to come down off it because it'll give him a better angle on that KV1. That's much better. Now he can hit the engine deck of the vehicle. If that guy keeps moving backwards and forwards, he's going to find out that it's going to cost him. Now, the Germans actually made 16 of this particular type of Arty. There were a lot of Artys that were actually produced from French tanks. They actually took these Artys and some of them actually did serve in both the Russian campaign or the Soviet campaign, Barbarossa, as well as elsewhere. Some of them were put up as coastal SPGs to protect the French coast from invasion by the Allies. Well, somebody's managed to get around the KV1 and they're shooting on that corner, and that's a lovely hit on the engine deck there. 108 hit points. Just keep repeating that and he'll soon suffer. Whoa! No, he's trying to get it through the window at the moment. He's aiming at the window, but he just couldn't get it in. Okay, so he's decided to shoot elsewhere. And there's a number of enemy tanks over here. Now, that Wolverine is probably going to stop when he gets to that ridgeline. Yep, just missed him. Unfortunately, our teammate in the A20 just got wiped out as well. So the Wolverine is now seeking cover of the wall, but we might still be able to hit him. And it's getting close. And the Skoda sitting directly behind him is in direct line of fire. Rounds out again. Just missing him. Okay, he might be able to get the Skoda this time. And the Skoda did go down, but the Wolverine just got hit as well. There's two Artys on the team, the other one's a Gorilla, and it looks to me like the Gorilla actually hit the Skoda and took it out, and now that was a kill. And the kill went to, I think it was the Gorilla actually. Okay, Churchill 1's pulling back. We're 2 up on the enemy at the moment. Now we're 3 up and it's looking better all the time. He's persisting in trying to shoot over walls into the targets, but unfortunately the walls are stopping the shells. That one didn't. And in fact, that one went through the armor of the Strib M42 and got him 440 hit points from one shot. Almost wiped the guy out. It was in fact a high roll, but it just wasn't enough to kill the target. Churchill 1 trying to retreat. Well, that was fired ahead of the target. It was a fairly good guess. Not quite on, but a good guess nonetheless. Well, we've lost sight of the enemy down here. Okay, the KV-1's been spotted, and the other Fifi on our team, because we do have a... Oh, it's actually, we've got two Fifis on our team, not the gorilla, it's actually the enemy Arty. So, yes, the other Fifi was getting the accurate shots in. He's got 2 kills so far. Okay, we've lost sight of the KV-1. I should point out, actually, this is a dual replay or double replay, because we do actually have another Fifi game that was played by Wazwulf. And that M42 does not want to come out from behind the wall, because he knows that if he does, he's likely to get struck. There he is. Backs up to get a shot. Rounds out. Close, but didn't get it this time. Oh, but the Striv M42 just killed our AEC. So that's not good. Rounds out. This should kill. Oh, he got warning. Yes, he moved forward as soon as he knew a shell was inbound. And now he's gone down. The kill shot actually went in from our M10 RBFM. Okay, we're 1 up on the enemy now. Okay, there's still 7 enemy out there. And we can only see 3 on the battlefield at the moment. A Churchill, an A20, and a Leopard. He's looking for the Leopard. Of course, he's using the mini-map to actually show him where the target was last spotted. I think the T1 Heavy is actually moving around the map at the moment from the north side of the river, or south side of the river, I should say, to try and find some of the enemy vehicles. Well, we're now firing into the bunker. I'm not so sure that that will help, but... Oh, where's one of the enemy RT? We're dialing in. Let it settle. Don't fire before you're ready. Get an accurate hit first time. Rounds out. 1 shot kill. Very well done. That's how it's done. Okay, there's an enemy tank. It's an M10 RBFM. And unfortunately, we don't have a shot because the buildings are getting in the way. And it's also a danger to Wazwulf. So he does need to change position now. So we can now see 4 of the enemy tanks on the battlefield, but there's still 2 that we've not seen. Now, one of those is definitely the gorilla, and the other one, well, no, every vehicle has been seen now, actually, according to this. There's the M10. He's coming in on our T1, and the T1's very light, low on hit points. 1 shot will see him out the game. Yeah. Oh, that was a heat round. He's run out of standard HE rounds now. You need to get direct hits in order to make this count. It's quite an unusual loadout because he's actually chosen to carry 16 armor-piercing rounds instead of HE. So he's reduced his HE count way down you'll get 50 rounds in this Arty. So by having 18 rounds, or 16 rounds, I should say, of armor piercing, it's reducing your ammo loadout to just 34 HE rounds. Now, Leopard coming just around the corner. He's going to try and get a round into us, but he might get a heat round back, and a 105mm heat round is going to do considerable damage to a Leopard. In fact, the Leopard knows that what he's got. Ow, he does put one 5cm round into us. We're backing up, but we might actually get... No, don't lock on. Lock onto the corner. That's it. Wait for him to poke and then hit him. Well, we've just been proximity spotted by the M10 who's behind us. So he's come all the way round. So we're moving forward to avoid getting hit in the rear. And there's the dead Leopard. He actually got taken out by one of our teammates. The M10's taking fire now. But he's coming round at us. So we can use this corner. Aim. That's it. Get ready. He doesn't want to get hit. So he's actually taking it easy. That's it. One shot kill. The alpha of the heat rounds is 350. And they have huge penetration for a tank like that. 104mm of armor. And there's only 3 enemy tanks left now. A Churchill, an M10, and a Gorilla. Now, I suspect the Gorilla is actually over the other side of the map. Now, at least we've got the Wolverine for company. It also looks like some of the enemy tanks may have retreated to their cap circle, or this end of the map, because our tanks are over on the west side of the map and they haven't found any enemy vehicles. So it's a good job that we've got the Wolverine for company, because I'm pretty certain that we are going to run into an enemy tank. And in fact, we have. There's the M10. He's styling in as quickly as he can. Ready? Good strike. Penetrating shot. It's 350, which is an average roll. He needs to get another one in there. That M10's not a happy bunny right now because he took a big hit. Okay, line it up. That's it. Lovely. Hit the bridge on that one. Okay. Oh, he took a hit from the M10. But he does go down to the VK3001H, who came up behind him, and he couldn't see him, and so he paid dearly for it. So that's 2 armor penetrating shots that Wazwulf has taken in this game. And there's the 2-minute warning. Now I suspect that one of the enemy Arty is down in this area. Well, the Gorilla hadn't been spotted yet. There's a little bit of greenery over in the corner, which is an excellent hiding place for Arty. And that's where I think Wazwulf is headed. Yes, you can actually hide quite deeply inside this area and not get spotted. Trouble is, Wazwulf, if he does get spotted, his sixth sense will go off, and then he'll get hit almost immediately afterwards. Well, the Gorilla was actually the other side of the bridge. Now, we could go up on top of the bridge, but we wouldn't find it easy to shoot downwards. But the Gorilla's gone, and that's it. The game is over. They've won. Here's the end of battle results, and that was the second-class tanker for Wazwulf in the FIFI, the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 8. And he got a Starks medal out of it. Yes, he actually managed to kill at least 2 enemy tanks, take at least 2 hits from the enemy, and block or survive damage, which lost him 2/3 of his hit points in the process. And his win rate from the game, 3,583, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, funnily enough, he actually managed to get the highest damage in the game in that one. 1,527 hit points went to Wazwulf. Second highest damage went to the Wolverine with 1,505. And the third highest damage went to the KV1 on the enemy team with 1,363. When it came to kills, though, it was the other Fifi on our team got 3 kills. 3 kills also went to the M10 RBFM on our team and also to the KV1 on the enemy team. And we can see Wazwulf was in joint second place with his Fifi, the Wolverine, the VK3001H, and the BDR-G1B. Only one player on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill other than the KV1. That was the Striv M42. And when it came to base XP, he's in second place. The Wolverine managed 801, and Wazwulf got 769. And in third place, it was the T1 Heavy with 667. He fired 38 rounds in the game, 6 direct hits on the enemy, 4 penetrating shots. Well, we saw 2 of those were the penetrating shots on the M10 RBFM, and also the other one, which was on the Striv M4257. In fact, I believe if we look at the penetrating shots, if we go to the KV1, no, that wasn't a penetrating shot. But the enemy Fifi, that did penetrate, yes. The Striv, yes, he penetrated that one. And the M10, yep, 1 penetration off there. So somebody else got penetrated, and it was the other M10. That was the one-shot kill, though. That one where he absolutely wiped the guy out. He came around the corner and just got blasted straight away. And he was taken out the game very, very quickly. 350 hit points is a lot. It's an average roll. Well, that's actually not the... Sorry, that's not the one that came around the corner. That was the one on the bridge, whereas that one was the one that came around the corner and took a round right in the face. So very well done on that. He also got 9 splashes, 1,527 hit points of damage, of which 1,325 were at more than 300 meters. I think the shots on the M10 RBFM were actually much closer. And of course, the one that came around the corner was much closer. 3 hits received. One of those was definitely from the M10 RBFM. The others from trying to remember, the Leopard. That was the one that hit him, came around the corner and gave him a shot. And 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, 216 hit points of damage assistance. Now, he actually earned 20,163 credits on a premium account, got 25 bonds for a mission achievement, and 3,923 experience points as well, of which 2,308 were mission completion. So a decent game. You have to stay alive in in any game where you get a Stark's medal, simply because it's one of the preconditions. So it's actually jolly good that he didn't get hit at the end of the game by the Gorilla, because if the Gorilla had shotgunned him, he would have lost the chance to get the Stark's medal. But it would have been nice to take out that enemy VP, because if he had, or the enemy Gorilla, because if he had, he would have got the counter battery medal. So it was either getting a counter battery or ending up with the Starks, and I think he preferred the Starks. In fact, it'd be nice if he could have both, because he might have been able to get both. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that replay. Let's have a look at the second one and see how he gets on in that game. The second battle is now on El Halluf. Game on. Well, it's tier 5 game with only tier 5 tanks in it, so it should be a little easier. He's letting the scrum get away first so he can get into a corner where he can actually fight the game properly. Oh, we're seeing a Panzer IV F2 there, actually. We've got a game from Wazwulf featuring that tank in a short while. Okay, he's dialing in across the valley, and he's going for the cliff area. It doesn't always, you don't always get an enemy tank going to that position. Of course, if they do go to that position, it can be very easy to hit them. And the first enemy tank that's spotted is an AMX CLC. Now, he's got to dial in. It just takes a little while. He fired while he was still rescue blown. So it wasn't fully dialed in, but he can give it another go. Oh, he got another rescue bloom there. the reason that you get reticule bloom is because the arc of the fire is very narrow. It's only 30 degrees, 15 degrees either side of the center line. So if you move the vehicle for any reason, you get a big reticule bloom where you have to dial in all over again. Okay, he's trying to get a shot. KV1SA is not being helpful. That rock face is well in the way. Now, he might be able to get a hit on those guys if they move over just a little bit. He's trying to get a lineup. Oh, he can definitely hit the KV1. In fact, that's what he's decided to do. Rounds out. It's going to land in front, yes. But he can give it another go. The Wolverine is now one shot. Rounds out. Oh, so close. These tanks are getting hit by the Excelsior, who's right up the other end. And the KV1 can't move out from behind that Wolverine. So he'll get hit, or behind the wreck of the Wolverine, rather. Oh, we've got a clang against the wreck there. Just keep firing at the KV1 and you'll get some hits. There you go. Another 158. The tank right next to it is a bathtub, the S35CA. And that's got fairly thin armor. And he's gone down with one shot. Rounds out. This could be a kill. Not quite. 37 hit points, but the kill shot goes in to the stripped M4257. No, the 42. Sorry, it's not the 57 version. That's the premium. And the KV1 over here is determined to get the strip. He's firing on the move. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the kill. It goes to the KV1SA. Now he's aiming a little behind. You've got to lead the target sometimes. Rounds out. That looks good. That was very close. Okay, he's hiding behind the wreck as well, which again makes him vulnerable. No, he wants to pull back on that aim just a little. Okay, there was an enemy tank seen up on the cliff there. We're 2 up on the enemy at the moment. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll win. There's the enemy Panzer F2, which of course is a 75mm armed Panzer that was actually modified after Barbarossa, after the contact with the T-34s. They needed a Panzer IV with a little more oomph in its gun. So they tried the 75mm with the high-speed gun. T-67. Very thin armor. Well, the scores have been equaled now. That was just on the point where he was sitting. Okay, another enemy tank sitting just on the cliff edge. Can't get that one. Still in the lead. Oh, but the Panzer IV just got an accurate hit, and we narrowly missed him there because it wasn't fully dialed in. And he has gone. Okay, so that's a nuisance tank out the way. There is an M10 RBFM in that gap, and they are dangerous as well. But there he is. Oh, in fact, that's the 60 GFT, the Chinese tank destroyer. Yes, this is getting to be a bit of a problem because there's two. Oh, there's the M10. He just spotted the Stug, and the Stug just got hit by the enemy Arty and taken out by the M10, and now we're 2 down. Yes, I did say it could go either way. This is not looking good because the only tank we've got over the other side of the map is the M10 RBFM on our team, and now we've got one of their tanks crossing the valley. And that's the Panzerseps Fahrleiter 4C, the Death Toaster. He's trying to dial in. Nope. AMX CLC coming up the cliff road. It's actually a lot easier to hit that AMX ELC using the battle assistant method when they're coming up that road. Honey 3 at the other side of the valley. Again, still dialing in. Again, it overshot. You can see the standard reload is 8.92 seconds per shot. And actually, Wazwulf's got it down to 7.63. I'm pretty sure he can get that slight improvement. There are ways of getting it up. And the ELC seems to have fallen back rather than go through the gauntlet of the T67 or the AT2. So we've got no tanks over the other side of the battlefield now. The M10 got wiped out. As far as we can tell, one of the enemy's tanks, the M10, is making the long way round, and he could actually come in just behind Wazwulf. So Wazwulf might need to consider changing his position a little. These bushes do sometimes work out quite nicely to protect you from enemy vehicles. You can see he's anticipating the enemy coming directly towards him. No sixth sense yet, so at least that's something. And here he comes. Well, he gets a hit, but now he's got to wait that 7 seconds. One more. He gets another shot in, and his teammate takes the kill in the AMX-13AM, but he was spotted, and the enemy shells are starting to rain in because they have two Artys, including a PP, and we just lost our AT2. Now that AMX ELC probably has the 90mm round. There he is. Can't see the turret here, but the AMX ELC has gone down. We're only 3 left on our team, facing 5 enemies, but they still have 2 Arty. Arty can be a bit of a force multiplier. Here comes the T67. He fires. That's a bit snap. We've still got the ARMT in the game. And of course, he's an auto reloader. And the ARMT did get the T67. So it's 3 versus 4 now. There's the Death Toaster. He's auto aimed on. Fires one, snap, gets a hit. And the PP has been taken, the Death Toaster has gone. And that means now the enemy's only got the Honey 3 and the 2 Artys. Oh, and we just lost the ARMT. And that means now that the only vehicle left in the game on Wazwulf's team is Wazwulf. Yep, I'm afraid he's all alone. Oh dear. I rather think that Honey 3 is going to be coming up from this direction very shortly. He's correctly worked out the direction, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he'll be coming up behind us. I think what's going to happen is the Honey is going to come up the cliff road and he's going to make his way towards the cap, in which case Wazwulf is going to see him. His sixth sense will go off and then he'll have advance warning. The enemy Arty, of course, may come at him from around the map, going up to the north first and then cutting around to the northwest corner. We can hear the rumble in the background. That tells us those shots are fairly close. Somebody was asking the other day when I actually knew that an Arty round was inbound, and I told him, you can tell the difference between the Arty sounds. If you get a rumble, a low rumble, that means the shell is not on you, but it's fairly close. But if you get a loud rumble, that means the shell is normally inbound directly on you. And here's the target. He's locked on. Oh, unfortunately, he did get spotted. And now the Honey, he's reloading. Yes, he got the kill. The enemy Arty knows where he is. He's hugging the cliff. Now, of those two enemy Artys, of course, the most dangerous one is the PP. The SU-122, it does have a powerful gun. It's either got the 122 or the 152. Most people go for the 152 because of the power of it, but it's very slow and it's not very accurate. It takes the time to dial in, but it's the PP that's the most dangerous one. He's doing the correct thing here. He's actually going into a position where he can ambush any enemy who tries to come directly across. And from here, these bushes will work in his favor. Because he can hide from any enemy coming from one direction, and if the enemy spots him from the other direction, he'll know about it. He'll know about it whilst they're still some distance away. This is good positioning. I like this. One round of HE left, then he's on to his 16 rounds of armor piercing. We're always wondering what the enemy's doing, and here he comes. It's the SU-122, and that's surprising. Now, is he going to the aim, or is he going to... Well, he hasn't gone to the aim. He's come out of it. He's staying out of it for the moment. I think the 122 knew that he'd been spotted. His sixth sense went off, and he immediately went to hide. We're into the last 2 minutes. Okay, he's going for the aim. There's the Fifi. Go for the Fifi first. He's got the big fire rate. Big hit. 103, but he's going to need some more. I don't think we got spotted at all. But they are now capping with 2. And if they stay behind the buildings, that would make it safer for them. But they are coming on. And he's going to take out the 122. He misses. Now, he's auto-aimed on. Now he's been spotted. And now he needs to aim at the 105 leFH18B2, but he's definitely taking on the SU-122 first. That's better. Oh, he gets the kill, but gets taken out. Unfortunately, that did leave the SU-122 still alive. And he did have the 122mm. Well, sadly, Wazwulf did lose that game, but he put up an absolutely excellent fight right at the end. He got a first-class tanker out of that game. He also managed to get an eye for an eye because he took out the enemy Fifi, who took out him in return. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12. And he got a Confederate as well because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by teammates. And his win rate from that game, 4,858, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. And it was unfortunate that the enemy Arty did know the rules that, yeah, you both go in at the same time because he can only take out one of you and then the other one will get you in the end. And so they played correctly as Arty at the end. They both came in exactly the same time. And I think the SU-122, who was armed with the 122mm cannon, which has got a faster fire rate than the 152. You can tell the difference because one has a muzzle brake, that's the 152, and the 122 doesn't. And so, yes, he actually did do the right thing. And as a result, he distracted Wazwulf from the 105, the Fifi on the enemy team. And that Fifi was able to get an accurate shot lined up. Wazwulf got one as well, and they wiped each other out, leaving the SU-122 as the only remaining enemy tank alive. Quite a good fight. He said, knife fighting with a PP. It was a good one. We look at the team scores and we can see the highest damage on the enemy team went to their Fifi. 2,036 hit points of damage, got him a high caliber and a top gun out of that game. Second highest damage turned out to be Wazwulf with 1,832, and the third highest damage in the game was the KB1 on our team with 1,295. When it came to kills, yes, it's the enemy Fifi who came out on top. 7 kills to him, so he did get a top gun, but he nearly got a Bradley Waters as well. And the second highest damage goes to Wazwulf, the Panzersphere Alsaru H Anju, that's the Japanese tank, or Japanese annoying schoolgirls. 2 kills went to the T-67 on his team, and on the enemy team, their M10 RBFM and their SU-122A both got 2 kills. When it came to base XP, yep, we can see the Fifi got 1,043, and then it's the KV1SA with 679, and in third place, the KB1 on the enemy team with 636. Wazwulf wasn't that far behind in fourth place. He got 614. So even though he died, he still did very, very well. Much better than the rest of his team. Yes, you can see the next highest one was only 413 base XP. 37 shots fired. Yep, his last HE round. And he got 11 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, 16 splash, 1,832 hit points of damage, of which 751 broke more than 300 meters. So you can see a lot of damage done at close range. 4 hits received, 4 penetrating shots at that, 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and he also got 149 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he actually made 96,505 credit on a losing game. He got the Courageous Resistance because he got the Confederate. That really helped as well. And he got a reward for completing a mission. This was just after Christmas, and just before, it was on New Year's Eve that he actually played this game. And he also took away 2,030 experience points out of it as well. So very, very good game for New Year's Eve. It was actually in the evening on New Year's Eve, actually. So just coming up to midnight when he played this one. So that's the end of this video. 2 interesting battles. One was a defeat, but the other one was a victory. And I've got more replays from Wazwulf, actually, because I did a quick inventory check through all the replays that I keep on my my spreadsheets. As you know, I keep every replay that's sent to me on a spreadsheet, so make sure that I still have them to hand. And so over the next day or so, we're going to be featuring nothing but Wazwulf in replays. Some of them Arty, some of them tanks, in fact, a lot of them tanks, including some very interesting games, which I think you might like to see. So do stick around for those, and you'll probably see something that you actually like. I'd also just add right at the end of this video is that we are actually currently helping Edwin E20, a fellow content creator over at Awesome Epic Guys. Really nice guys. Met them in 2018, first met them then, and they've just been made content community contributors, that was it. And of course, just recently Edwin's had a bit of a problem with his housing. Unfortunately, it's a kind of divorce situation, and so we're helping him out as much as we can to keep his house so everything he can carry on. He's a really good player. He's featured twice on our general channel. That's the channel that features pools medals. Once when he was in platoon with Swatch in the Churchill 3, and the other time he was actually in Centurion 7-1. And they're epic games. I mean, really epic games. Not just the fact that they are the Awesome Epic Guys, but they are really good games to watch. So if you do want to watch those, go to the general channel. I think there's about a couple of thousand videos on that channel. But if you pop in Edwin E20, and that's Edwin spelled EDVIN E20, and then the general is the name of the channel, then you might actually see those videos pop up, and then you can have a look. But they really were good games. So do pop along and have a look at them. And I'll leave a reference to the the GoFundMe, which we're running or helping with at the moment to help Edwin stay in business. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.